This is Matrix Lord 212, and I want to talk about the Whovian podcast. Turns out that there was some problems with the three Whovian podcasts with the audio, and they had to, I guess they had to take it down. Tried to see if we can get another one going. I guess it was because of a young doctor's device was making everything echo. So we'll probably try that again. Another thing I want to talk about for all you who saw the podcast, there's been some controversy with it because it turns out that some people felt that we were bashing Stephen Moffat when that wasn't the case actually. Uh, you know, we are continuing the protest podcast. Now, a protest is basically we were against something, and what we were against was that Doctor Who was getting cut back, that we're not getting a full season, we're not getting any season this year, we're getting a leftover from last year, and basically, as we had the five Whovian protest, we had a continuation of that. So, as far as I know, that's what the continuation was. That's what it was announced when we were going into it. So, and that's what we were basically talking about was, I was the host and I was talking about, trying to find answers as who is to fault. Is it the BBC? Is it Stephen Moffat? Is it both? And then we got into really, really deep intellectual discussion about, do we think that Stephen Moffat is a better showrunner than RTD? Nothing wrong with that question. Or do we think that he's better off when he's under RTD? And again, that's not bashing. That's an opinion. But in my opinion, I do believe that he has to share somewhat of the blame. He is the showrunner, which means, in all intents and purposes, he runs the show. So, if he wants it to be run a certain way, it's up to him. So, he has to share responsibility. And if anybody was offended by the podcast, I apologize, but it's called having an open mind and an opinion. And there really shouldn't be anybody that should be upset by the podcast, because just because I don't agree with what you do doesn't mean I'm against you or against Doctor Who. So, I mean, everybody has a different way of thinking. And I said that Stephen Moffat is a genius. I said that he has done leaps and bounds with Doctor Who when he took over, and a lot of things I like and a lot of things I don't like. So, I just don't like it that under his reign, we're getting less Doctor Who. And, the BBC had flat out blamed him. Danny Cohen flat out blames him, and Stephen Moffat said it wasn't the case, that he was overworked. So, there's got to be answers to why we get no series this year. We get one episode. Stephen Moffat wants us to finish with Series 7 and then say what we have to say. And by then, it may be too late. That's the problem. So, I, for one, I have been through the cancellation of Doctor Who, and I don't want to go through that again. And that's it, basically. And I saw Sammi Carter's video, which I'm totally dead set against splitting us, only because I believe in united we stand, divided we fall. And already I see Sammi Carter, that you have to say Whovian, not hooligan. Already I see that there's dissension in the ranks and little digs here and there, which I am not going to tolerate at all from my buddy. So, if the podcast is messed up, we'll redo it. But I don't like the dig, my friend. And I know probably wasn't meant to be, but I don't like the dig against America, where, we don't remember where Doctor Who came from. Okay. Other than that, I'm going to say, I don't know what the heck that's about, Sammi Carter, but don't get me angry, because there'll be a civil war. All right, Sammi Carter, if I were you, buddy, I'd drop the Dr. Whovian thing, because you're not even saying Whovian right, and you're not a doctor. You want people to forget Sammi Carter, the host of Living the Dream Stories? Then you go by the name S4mmic, so why are you confusing everybody? You are Sammi Carter, Living the Dream Stories host. So try not to be something you're not. You're not Dr. Hooligan. You're not Dr. Whovian. You are Sammi Carter, okay? I just wanted to be funny with you, dude. Sorry. So, and this isn't a dating agency either. Stop getting all these women on the podcast. All right. Oh, fun, fun, fun times. All right. I don't even know if this video is going to make it onto YouTube, but I got to say that we do have a great bunch on the podcast. And I want to try to somehow get Johnny Blues on there because he's absolutely amazing. Dr. Freedom is absolutely amazing. The old doctor, the young doctor, Sammi Carter, Rhea. I mean, and then we got more. We got more part of Sammi Carter's team that I have to meet and hopefully get to do a podcast with them. I see this great guy that he's making all these videos about us. I guess he's part of Sammi Carter's team. I think it's G Doctor. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so other than that, I can't wait to see if we get to do a podcast today. I'm waiting. Nobody's answering on Skype, so. All right, talk to you later. Bye for now.